Yo, we are back, the Real Football Podcast. Jake is not with me, but I do have the Jaxon. My name is Terrence Allen. That is Jackson Edwards, and we are about to tell y'all what's going on around the world with soccer. So, how you
I
feeling,
am
man?
present, Mr. Allen.
Chill,
I'm
chill.
feeling good. It was a good weekend, and I'm ready for this weekend. Each weekend keeps on getting better.
It does, especially for your team.
Yeah, yeah.
Things are
And for
looking
you.
bright. I think I've underestimated y'all as I always do, which I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah,
But hey,
picking us to lose to Palace? You kidding me?
look,
I
Zaha
think
was
we
on a
called a
run.
draw. Yeah.
You said you called a draw?
I called a draw for Chelsea Burnley just because of the past results.
Yeah, that was I felt very insulted by that. But hey, what jersey you rocking?
I am rocking a Mexican Javier Hernandez Chicharito Little P.
Chicharito.
Little P
Hey,
translation.
you
Yeah,
gotta love him.
it
A
is
United
nice.
legend. United legend. And like you told me, played for West Ham too, which I forgot
Mhm.
about that stint. Also played for Real Madrid.
Yes.
Um,
And
so
now
this
and then he went to Sevilla, and now he's with the Galaxy.
with the Galaxy not doing as well, but hey, Galaxy as a whole are. What do you do when you come after Zlatan? Like there's nothing you
Hey,
can
yeah,
do, right?
you don't have. I it was strange with Latans, Latin, whatever, the Swedish guy. He uh he thought he was done. So that you go to LA, finish off your career, score goals, and then he just got reunited, and then now
Resign, yep.
he's like, I'll go back to Italy, go back to European soccer.
And Milan is like top of the table too, by the way. So just know we do care about Serie A for all my Serie A fans. It's just
We do.
there's only so much time in the day,
Yeah.
right? All
I
right.
was watching a Serie A game Saturday. Some
Okay.
like Caligari or something, I think,
Yeah.
was playing some other team. It was on ESPN. I was like, I'll watch it.
Yeah, Serie A football is not that bad. I like it.
No,
I
I
like
like it
it.
a lot.
So yo, Premier League weekend roundup. We have a slew of
Yeah.
matches to talk about because last weekend was legit so important. So let's start off with your boys. Wolves 2, Palace 0. You feeling good, man? You happy?
Oh, I felt amazing. Like it felt good to finally have a club that looked complete all the way around. Defense was good, chance after chance after chance. And then we brought in this 19-year-old midfielder, uh, at Nori, who just decided
He
to hit
played
one.
very well.
Yeah. So I was looking. I was like, why aren't we starting this guy? And then I was looking at Saiz, who has struggled. We were having struggles defending. Against it was City, West Ham, 3 goals, 4 goals,
Mm.
and then put Saiz up in the midfield, put Kilman in the back row, and then Saiz wasn't doing great in the midfield, so Nuno was running out of options, so he threw in at Nori, and dude just took one off of the volley, left foot, and put it in the corner, put it far corner. No,
That's the thing, man. Those young French players are, because he's French, I'm pretty sure.
he is French, yes.
Yeah, those young French players are very talented, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like y'all have had a quiet transfer window, but like people hadn't talked about it, but it's been good. Semedo, Ed Nuri,
Yeah.
Silva. I don't know if he scored yet for y'all.
He hasn't. We haven't really got him going yet. Don't
Yeah,
really need him as of right now.
but good
Marsal's
backup.
injured. We got Marsal. He's injured right now, and I'm excited. The only negative takeaway, even though it
Yeah,
was 3 points, the only negative takeaway I would say is that we got caught out in the back. If it wasn't just for an offside, it would have been 1-0 Palace. But it
okay.
was offside, and then wasn't it another offside, or was it a penalty that wasn't?
That was taken away.
Yeah,
I watched the
I
game.
think I want to say it was another offside. It
I
was
think it
another
was
offside
outside.
for
Yeah.
Palace. Yeah,
Hey, and y'all kind of shut down Zaha. I remember him getting a little angry. What was
yeah.
the who was
It was at Nori.
Nori? Yeah, he was
Um,
handling them pretty
at
well
Nori won the ball, and then Zaha just walked away with the ball,
with the
and
ball,
then
touched
Nori
him
was
on the
like, "Come on
head, and
down."
yeah,
So,
it was.
I will mention that Zaha, the incident, and how that could come into Leeds beating them Saturday and
Mm,
shutting down Zaha.
Okay. We got
How
some
we did it
predictions.
versus how they did it.
Hey,
How they could do it. How Leeds,
they are kind of heavily resilient on him. One thing I want to ask, reliant. One thing I do want to ask you, man, is who is the second most important player you got? I look at Podence. I look at Traore. I look at Neves. I look at Cody, Dead and Donker. Like
I'm
who?
assuming Raul is number one.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm assuming.
So obviously, if number two would be a goalie, because we need Rui. But if it wasn't just taking Rui out of the picture, Semedo, who came in from Barcelona, he is dominating the midfield. We've been throwing just beautiful balls out to him on the wing. He's just attacking down there. He's not losing possession. He's giving us a chance. And that's really helped us dominate possession, dominate the ball, give us more chances. I really like him.
Cool.
And Traore, he's filled in for Traore because I don't think Traore has been 100% healthy since about 6 or 7 months. He's been injured. When I was watching us against Fulham, and he was just struggling. I think it had to be something with his injury because every time he made a move to the corner, to swing one across, he'd come up and grimace. So I don't think he's healthy yet. But we've had some players step in, like Adnori, and I'm confident going into
y'all looking good. Y'all looking good. The second game on our slate was Chelsea 3, Burnley 0, which you called a draw for some odd reason.
I picked a draw. I did just because I was
Disrespectful.
Chelsea did that draw with West Brom, draw with Southampton. I was like, I don't see why Burnley couldn't do it. But I'm glad Chelsea showed up, and Burnley is just in shambles. They're struggling.
Yeah, they really can't produce a lot of goals right now. Nope. And I think one thing people are learning, man, a team takes time. I think we waited on Frank. He answered. And this is one thing. I think it's 5 clean sheets in a row right now.
6 for Mendy. 6.
Yeah, 6. Mendy has not been scored on yet.
No, not yet. Until tomorrow.
Whoa.
Saturday. Until Saturday.
We'll see about that. But
I didn't say you're going to lose. I just say that you might get scored on.
Nah. I think what y'all are learning is Frank, they're getting – okay, Zuma is gaining more confidence. He's getting more consistent play time in the Chelsea shirt because he was playing as a loanee in other places. But he's finally got the Chelsea shirt on, finally playing consistently. They're trusting Thiago, and I think Thiago's a good leader. And then I love Reece. I've always loved him. I think he's always say, I don't know, like Aaron Bissaka is good, but I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Reece or Trent end up in that number 1 position for right back. I'm sure Trent will get it, but hey, Reece might be next in line. And then Ben Chilwell. I always tell people, I've been telling people recently, $50 million. I thought it was too much, but he's playing every pound of it. So I'm definitely happy for Chelsea. I think we're starting to take root. I still think, we got some penalties. I still want to see us scoring some more in open play. But overall, I'm feeling good.
And speaking about penalties, Lampard did come out and say after that you had, 2 penalties in Champions League the other night? Yeah. He did say that Werner will be the penalty taker from now on.
And I think, and here's my thing, Jorginho has missed a couple, but he's been consistent for the majority. But I think strikers, if you can have a striker put the ball in the back of the net any type of way, I think it helps moving forward. So I don't disagree with that decision at all. Because Raul takes yours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Liverpool 2, West Ham 1.
This is a great game.
A great game. I think I picked Liverpool to I want to say I picked Liverpool to win, but I need to recheck. But
I'm certain you said draw.
I think I said draw. I feel like I said draw. All right. So this was kind of the test for West Ham. Is West Ham gonna kind of show up? Are they really here? Or is Liverpool just the team we thought they were? But also Liverpool had to answer some questions too. Fabinho, Firmino is still struggling. But there's this one guy named Diego Jota that him well.
Yeah.
and he is looking like a star. So how are you feeling about Liverpool? What do you think about him?
So Liverpool, I do have to. The only negatives I can say about Liverpool right now is that even though they've been doing good defensively without Van Dijk,
Yeah,
um, they look vulnerable.
they
And even
do.
though that, Joe Gomez, that's how West Ham scored their first goal within like maybe their first 15 minutes. There was a ball sent in the box by Bowen, and then Gomez headed it right to Fernald's
Right
chest,
to
and
him.
he just
Just a
sent it
half
back
volley. Yeah.
past Allison. So like, and then even though they beat Atalanta 5-0, we'll talk about that later in
True.
Champions. Um, they couldn't hold back Zapata, who was the Atalanta striker. That dude had so many chances. Allison had to make multiple world class saves. I just don't trust the Liverpool defense, but you know they have been incredible attacking.
They
They
have.
There's so many options. Yota came in like the 66th minute, had a goal, was ruled off by
Yeah.
foul by Mane, and then he had a beautiful run, which I was surprised that ball was played by Shaqiri. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
there's
That was
no
a
space, there's no space,
nasty ball. Like
and
I thought he was gonna crank it left foot like Shakira usually does, but
he found Yota. Yota put it on his right foot and sent it straight into the goal. But do we want to get into my thoughts on Yota right now?
yeah, I mean, I think it's time we start to talk about it because I've heard somebody ask, one, should he start over Firmino? And then my second question for you, and of course I want to hear your thoughts, is
Yeah.
did the Wolves make a mistake?
I'll start with the first one. Should Firmino start over Yota? I'm gonna say no. As of right now, Firmino's been great for Liverpool. Even though I got Jake, my stat guy. You've seen him on the show. He said Firmino has only scored 10 goals in his last 45 appearances.
Woo! And he's a striker, number 9.
Yes. So and he couldn't get a lot going against West Ham, and so Yota came on for him. Yota did great. Yota started Tuesday, and then got his hattie, went off for Firmino. I think now this is not they play City this Sunday, big game,
Big game.
uh,
Big
huge
game.
game um, against City. It might be okay for Firmino to start because against any other team, even though it might be tight, and then Yota can come on, and give him that breath of fresh
That
air they
boost.
need,
Yeah.
and that energy and those goals. But against City, by the time Yota comes on, it might be 3-1. And it makes it a lot harder for Yota. So I think for City, Yota needs to start.
Oh, so you
And
talking
then
just
we'll see. But after City, a game against like Newcastle or Burnley or whoever else, yeah, Firmino. But against this, you need Yota in your starting lineup with Mane and Salah. You gotta test City. You gotta ask City tons of questions.
yeah, and I
And
think
now,
City Jesus is back too. So it's City are slowly regaining their team. So yeah, I like that. I think my perception, I wouldn't start him either, just
mhm,
because I think you got to earn your stripes. And yes, he's scoring goals, but we know Firmino, he can dish the ball to Salah, dish the Mane very well,
yeah,
and he's a true number 9. Not
yeah,
saying Jota can't do it, because apparently he can,
yeah.
but um, play the true number 9. But I
Mhm.
like what you're thinking. Go against City. You want to run at City, put Jota in. So we'll see,
Um,
man. But what do you think
to the
about the
second
second?
question.
Yeah,
The second question about Yota, am I mad? I am not mad one bit. I love Yota. I wish him, even when I saw he was going to Liverpool, I wish him the best success there. I didn't think he'd get off to this great start and be on fire.
bro. I had him on fantasy and I let him go.
I just didn't think, if he could just jump into the way Liverpool plays and be great. But I have to look at this from multiple perspectives. First, if I was Diego Yota, I'm a European footballer. You know, I've been playing for Wolves the last couple of years. I've been doing great, scoring goals. But obviously, I'm not the number one player for Wolves. I'm being overshadowed by Raul. You know, if I was a European football player, what would my number one goal be in like in my career. I'd want to play for a big club,
Yeah,
a
big
top
club,
six
win
club.
trophies.
Yeah, go to Champions League. Be better for international because Portugal is such a tough squad for him
Oh,
to
tough to get on,
start the
especially on the
Portugal
wings.
goal.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I understand why he wanted to go to Liverpool. And then from the coach's side, from the Wolves club, from Nuno, I actually have a quote from him I'd like to read.
for sure.
This is what Nuno on the Yota. He said he'd gone as far as he had gone as far as he could with Wolves.
Yeah.
So this season, I'd say he would have been about the same player. He excels for the Reds because he's playing with Salah, with Mane, the midfield that they've
Hey,
got.
I don't mean to cut you off, but Yota, he said he was playing with the best team he's ever played with. Like, this is the
Yeah.
best squad he's ever played with. He said that in the interview. So that does make sense. And one thing Jake always says, the guy who's usually on the show with us, he
Yeah.
usually says, like, man, sometimes players are only as good as the players around them. So
Exactly.
so
So with Yota, he makes a lot of runs. He makes a lot of tremendous runs. He knows how to get open or not get open. He knows how to find the run, and they're finding him and they're giving
yeah,
him delicious balls, and he's finishing.
he's
So
finishing.
he's finished one, and then he finishes another one, and that just keeps on building his confidence.
For
And
sure.
now he's on fire right now, and I think it'll keep going.
All right. Quick question. No, we'll save for the quick picks. Quick
We'll
picks.
do it.
Because we got a lot to talk about. All right. Next game, Villa 3, Southampton 4. This was a game. So I picked Villa to win. I want to say I picked 3-2 Villa because I knew it would be goals.
Mm-hmm.
But 4-3 Southampton. We keep talking about Danny Ings.
Yep.
Is it time for us to take Southampton seriously? They scored 3 goals on Chelsea.
Yeah.
They put 4 on Villa. What are you thinking? Is it time?
No, not right now.
Ooh, not yet.
Ings, if you were watching that game, he went
He's out.
out with
Yep.
that knock. He had to have a minor knee surgery. Won't be back till mid-December.
Oh, yes, raps.
So without
Dang.
Ings, who do you have? You got midfielder James Ward-Prowse, who had the game of his life on his birthday.
2 free kicks.
Two-
Was it 2? It was
2 free
disgusting.
kicks and then another goal. He had 3. He ended up having a 3.
Oh, my gosh.
Addy, yeah. Yeah, so no Ings. I'm just like, that means Adams, Chi Adams, and Theo Walcott are going to have to play up.
And I don't trust him yet.
And I don't see Southampton as strong as Newcastle is right now. And so I am not picking them for this weekend, but also cannot I'm not big on Southampton right now because Villa, we don't even know how good Villa is right now.
Yeah, okay.
They beat Liverpool, but they've been struggling. It looks like it's a part of their back row. You got Mings back there. You got Target back there. You got Konza back there. You got Matty Cash. It's a good back row. It's a young back
not
row.
bad at all.
I don't know what happened. It's just James Ward-Prowse decided to have his game of his life. But I love the fight in Villa. They were
bro, Grealish
came
can't. Yeah, if the game had 30 more minutes, 15 more minutes, it would have been 4-4 or 5-4.
Oh yeah.
I think
because you can't hold Grealish back. The guy's insane.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at, and I'm not saying he's the De Bruyne-esque, but when I look at like the top midfielders right now, you got De Bruyne, you'll probably say Bruno, but if Grealish isn't in that list somewhere,
he's got to be.
He's got to be. He is. He looks. I remember people talking about him and looking at him now. I'm like, yes, he is great. One question, real quick. Is it time to worry for Villa or Villa? They were, I think, 17th in the table last year. Or is this like normal? Should we just be like, is Aston Villa? Or
yeah, Villa was battling relegation. They won their last 3 to get out of it,
exactly.
And they looked great early on against that Liverpool. You can call that game a fluke or whatever you want to. And then they got that late goal from Ross Barkley against Leicester, and then they've lost consecutive matches. They got Arsenal this weekend, and I would like to delay that question until the Arsenal result because they Southampton big loss. Leeds, they got wrecked by Leeds and Patrick Bamford, And
Patrick Bamford. Hey,
I don't see Villa in the battle of relegation this year. They're
no,
obviously
I don't see
better than
that.
they were last year. They need to get Ollie Watkins more chances. Guys all over. He's just got to get the balls played to him. And I like Villa.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to be top half of the table. I think they'll be mid 12 to 14-ish by the
okay.
end.
And
I like them right now.
we'll talk more about their upcoming schedule once we do quick picks. We got 3 more games left on our slate. So let's wrap this up. Newcastle 2, Everton 1. So Everton, they drew with Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
They lost their previous game. Then they lose again to Newcastle. That is 1 point in 3 games. No James Rodriguez for this game. And I watched this Newcastle game. I mean, the Newcastle Everton game, and it was just like, I mean, of course, Levin was going to score. He always does.
Yeah.
I still hate him. Shout out to your fantasy, by the way. But it just, I think we know how valuable James is. That's one thing I really took away.
He is the centerfold of that team. Without James, you're not a top 6 club.
No.
Because Calvert-Lewin can't and even with Richarlison suspended for his red card.
Exactly.
I just they're trying to find their way without, because they had their identity with Calvert-Lewin, James, and Richarlison. Now they don't. They don't know who they are right now, and I'm not for sure. I don't know if James is healthy for United.
Yeah, I don't know
Saturday
either.
morning. I know Richarlison will still be suspended. He's got 1 more game.
Yeah, November 21st, he'll be back.
Maybe yeah. So yeah, if anything, I think we got to contribute this match to Newcastle, the way they've been playing, and the way that Callum Wilson has been incredible. Their attack, and, they're just a good team.
I think, I mean, they come back. I think they drew y'all, right?
Yes.
And they don't play the prettiest football at all. Not at all. But I think, like you're saying, Steve Bruce, he has them confident enough to go in and score, which is good. They're usually at least scoring once. Go in and score. And Jamal Lascelles and the other people on the back line are pretty decent. Yeah. And I agree. I think Newcastle, it won't be one of those like relegation kind of battles that it usually is during this time. So I think you do have to commend Steve Bruce for the job he's doing right now.
Yeah.
I agree. Another game, Jake's team versus the world's team.
Yeah.
Man United 0, Arsenal 1. So here's the question. Bigger win for Arsenal or bigger loss for Man United?
Bigger win for Arsenal, for sure. They lost 1-0 to Leicester. They look good, and then they bounce back. And a lot of that has they can't what do I want to say? I'm sure United fans will get mad at this, but they got to give all the credit in this game to Paul Pogba in that bad challenge, which led to a EP8 penalty.
And this is the thing. So I'm looking at this game, but if I'm an Arsenal fan, am I excited? Like, I'm excited I got 3 points, but it still wasn't like when Arsenal hasn't convinced me yet. Like, you have Aubameyang, you have Lacazette, you have Pepe, you have Willian, you have
Partey.
You have these pieces, and yet, I mean, Man United, sometimes they can be great, sometimes they can be not. But you're scraping by Man United on a Pogba penalty. So it's just like, where is the goals? Where's the flair? Where's the dominance?
I don't know. I would love to ask Jake that question next time he's on the show, depending on how they do against Villa. But I would like to know the same question. Like, you got Aubameyang up there, you got a great attacking, and they're great in midweek and in the Europa League. They just can't put that in the Prem. I mean, I don't know. I like their defense, of course.
Yeah.
Their defense is a lot better.
It is. And, it really is.
Partey is growing into an excellent midfielder, and control the ball. It was honestly a boring game, that Arsenal United game.
I didn't even
back to back.
Yeah. Hey, Man United football is usually boring unless
Yeah.
it's the UCL for good and bad reasons. Last game on our slate, a huge win for
Oh,
a team that I'm so mad about because Jake picked his team like in his top 4, and I was like, nah. But now I'm like, yeah.
hmm
Leeds 1, Leicester 4.
yeah.
The Vardy party is back. Is so I really just want to ask the question.
Go for it.
Do they have a real shot at winning the Prem? You know it's the real question.
I think so. They do. If only if Jamie Vardy can stay healthy, and you play, because if you're looking at Leicester, they've got a lot of injuries. I was looking at their back line against Leeds, and I was like, who are these
They're
guys?
not. Hey, that's the thing that people are forgetting. This Leicester team is winning, and Ndiddy's not there. So
Yeah,
Yonchu, um,
Timothy Castaigne.
Piera,
Yeah.
like, yo, prominent people are gone, and
Mm-hmm.
they're winning. And this is,
Some of their best players are still sitting on the bench. James
yeah,
Madison.
exactly. So you look at a team that's not at full strip and winning. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, this team legit has a shot. And let me read the Premier League table right quick just to update everybody. So Liverpool's 1, Leicester's 2, Tottenham's 3, and Everton is 4,
Mm-hmm.
and Southampton is 5.
Oh,
So,
yes.
yo, I think Leicester. Shout out to Brandon Rodgers. By the
Oh,
way,
huge shout out.
he,
Dude,
he's he leaves Liverpool, goes to Celtic, comes back, and he's doing very well. And hey, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I think he's getting the most out of his team.
Mhm.
The players have adapted well to him. And I think another thing about Leicester is, yes, Vardy is old, but Madison's young. Tillemans is young. Pereira's not that old. So Yonchu, I think 24 to 26
Under.
range.
Under, the Turkish who's just
Yeah,
started subbing in and just building up his stat line. He's been
and I
great for
and
them
I
too.
think he's on loan from Roma, but they might
Yeah,
buy him. Yeah,
he is. I
but
would.
I would too. I think
Um,
that pass was nasty.
I
The
would like to
chip
bring
ball.
something out of this Leeds Leicester game I was watching.
Yeah,
Um, Leeds in the first minute, they get a ball from Costa sends one in. I think it was Ailing that got ahead to it, headed it right to Bamford. Bamford's
point blank,
on goal
point blank
against
range.
Schmeichel. Boom! Right into Schmeichel's chest. He gets it out. Beautiful ball up that I believe it was Koch takes care of, and he tries to do a back pass that Vardy gets a hold of, and he slides it to Barnes. So it was just that quick turnaround where it could have been 1-0 Leeds, and then on that attack, they get down and they build it 1-0, and then a second goal comes later, and it's just like
Yeah,
it's for Leeds. It's just missed opportunities that led to some goals, and that's how Leeds needs to be better. Bamford's got to finish that. You can't be hat trick Bamford one week and then be
and
who
then
the
miss
next week.
point blank Bamford.
Point blank,
um,
yeah.
yeah, man, I saw the miss header too. It hurt my fantasy a lot, but yeah, man, I think that's what makes the Leeds and the Leicesters, of course. But I still wouldn't count Leeds out yet. I still
Oh
think
no way.
they're a good team. And I one question I do want to ask, and this is just something I want to real quick. Who will finish higher, Leeds or Villa? Just throwing it out there. What you
I'm
think?
gonna say Leeds, but they're gonna be right there. I think like Leeds 12th, Villa
Villa.
14th, Leeds
Okay, cool.
11, Villa 13th. They're gonna be super close.
Yeah.
I don't. I. I mean Leeds. I mean they already beat Villa, so I can say they're better than Villa right now, and they're better coached. You got Bielsa in charge there,
Yeah.
and I like Leeds more than I do Villa.
Yeah. I would go Leeds too, but I agree. I think it's very close, and I think that's a good one to think about. Well, hey, that is the Premier League weekend roundup. Make sure you check out our more videos. We're gonna do Jaxon Terence quick picks, and of course, we're gonna talk about the Champions League. Thank y'all so much for watching, and peace.